Hey, marketing nerds, welcome to the Marketing Nerds Podcast. My name is Brian, and today I want to talk about a very undervalued source of lead generation. It's called YouTube. I'm sure you know it already. YouTube. Not many businesses use YouTube for lead gen, and it is one of the biggest search engines right next to Google because, of course, Google owns it. Now, if you're a business and you're thinking, this is the place to get views and there's a lot of weird things going on YouTube, this is not for me. It's too much work, too much video production. I have to post, put descriptions up, titles, thumbnails, yada, 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 yada. But what most people don't realize, sure, it is a great place to put your video content. It's a great place for entertainment, a great place to watch. But it goes on a step further than that.
1 nerd, 2 nerds, 3 nerds, 4 marketing nerds do so much more. Over hill and highway, the nerd buggies go. Come along and bring you the Marketing Nerd Show. La 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 la.
Welcome back to another edition of the Marketing Nerds Podcast. My name is Brian. And just like I said at the top, we're going to talk about YouTube and how it is so overlooked when it comes to lead generation. And I'm kind of disappointed because I'm talking to businesses over and over and over again, and many of them say, it's a great place for entertainment. It's a lot of work. You got to put those descriptions in. You got to get the title right, the thumbnail. You got to do all this kind of stuff that just makes it really, really hard to be consistent on YouTube when I can just do a blog post, send an email, do whatever for lead generation. Well, today I want to encourage you with this amazing interview that I found. I listen to other podcasts. I listen to video podcasts, audio podcasts, and one in particular is my favorite. It's called The Corner Office. And I absolutely love this podcast. And he had a guest on who he's all about lead gen. He's all about marketing, and it's a very informative podcast. I learn a lot from. He's more of an entrepreneur who starts businesses up in a hacking kind of way, but it's a great podcast. I listen to it often. I learn a lot from it. And in this particular episode, he had a brush remover company utilize not only meta ads, but YouTube to generate leads. Now, one quote in the video that we're about to watch is absolutely jaw-dropping. So I'm going to play this interview for you with Chris Kerner and the Kerner Office podcast or Corner Office podcast, talking to his guest about how he used just a little snippet of the podcast. And I'm going to stay on the screen so we can go over this together because I want to prove to you that YouTube is a powerful source of lead generation. It's a powerful, powerful source. So let's get into this interview now, and we'll go over this step by step.
This plant called honeysuckle. I know it's pretty prevalent everywhere, but here in particular, it's really bad. And everybody has this problem. It's overgrowing on them constantly.
Okay, so in the beginning of this podcast, he's talking about this Brushworks business that is basically has a problem where he lives. And he's talking about how he started to do keyword research and how he's getting into marketing. And he's going to talk about YouTube, but listen to what he has to say. It's really cool.
Couldn't find any. I found some owner-operators that were just promoting on Marketplace. They didn't really have like a brand or anything kind of established. And so I started doing keyword research, and I'm kind of learning, off of X that I'm kind of doing like this old school version of keyword research, probably because I did it a lot back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s. But I just sat down and I said, okay, what people don't seem to know what forestry mulching is. If I type in forestry mulching, I'm hardly getting any sort of results. I talk to friends, talk to family.
So listen closely. We're getting to how he utilized YouTube, but first he's doing some marketing and keyword research on Meta. And this is important because this is pretty much step one of a playbook that he uses to generate $10,000 to $20,000 a month. And it's really interesting.
People were giving me ideas, clear my woods, get rid of this wild rose, destroy honeysuckle. And I just started taking this list into a spreadsheet of all the different terms that people would search for. And then I used a keyword tool, typing in those and seeing how many results they're getting.
Which tool did you use?
I think it was SEMrush. It's been about 2 years since I did it. But
unlike Ahrefs, they actually have a free trial. So
yeah, that's yep. I almost never pay for those tools.
No, never.
Yeah, so I just noticed there's this huge search traffic. So I just was like, holy smokes, I definitely kind of stumbled upon this industry. I don't know anything about it, and just started looking into the equipment. And then my business partner, Zach, he was a part of this whole idea process as well. And I was just, all the time like, okay, let's see. This is what the search data is showing. I think we can do this. And then
so he realizes after doing some keyword research that there's a need and a problem where he lives, and he's going to solve it. So he's going to start to run some ads using these keywords. Now, again, this is phase one of a blueprint of how he generates income, and YouTube comes into play a little bit following this.
And what I found was these guys don't know how to sell this service, and they also don't have the operators. So you can't take a tree service guy and stick them in these machines. So they've never really pursued this, even though they got asked about it a lot. How to sell it is through content marketing. And that's, I was like, okay, I think that's the answer. That's how we sell this. And so we went and bought the machine, and we didn't have any jobs on the schedule. I kind of cobbled together an ad. I actually used like Bobcat's YouTube channel where they had a forestry mulching demo to kind of cobble together my first ad.
You borrowed their video?
I borrowed their video.
Okay, so here he comes. He's going to start talking about videos. I'm going to put this on pause for a second. Now, again, I want to emphasize that you're listening to a playbook, a marketing playbook for a business who is generating leads. So he realizes there was a need in his area, started to compile keywords, is doing meta ads, and now he's getting into content marketing, which is unheard of for a service business. This is far from any marketer's mind, but this business owner was smart. And listen up, it's coming up in how he uses YouTube.
Well, it's Bobcat. I'm using their equipment. They're probably cool
sure.
there, right?
Sure.
I was like, until I at least get my own videos. And so, we got inundated pretty quickly.
Now, when you say content marketing, you mean like paid content marketing, not necessarily organic?
Not necessarily. So like YouTube, I consider YouTube like content marketing. It can be used as content marketing. People have YouTube channels where they're trying to.
Now, I've been watching Chris for a while, and the look on his face, he's dumbfounded with YouTube marketing, content marketing, YouTube to advertise a service business. But as this business owner explains, it's genius what he does.
Get tons of views. And I didn't approach YouTube that way. I don't care at all about the view count. I needed something that would support the business and support the service and support the marketing process. So I kind of see YouTube as a content marketing outlet in that sense.
So because to me, content marketing is not the first thing I think of when I think of a local service business, because, the YouTube algorithm will spread your video far and wide, not necessarily to people that live in Cincinnati or thereabouts. So how do you approach that?
All right, good concern. That's a perfect concern. Being on YouTube and a mindset that businesses have that's kind of a myth. Sure, YouTube is global. It's universal. It's all over the place. YouTube is YouTube. Everybody watches it wherever it's available, all around the globe. So watch how this business owner tackles that question. This stuff excites me. I'm sorry. We're nerds here, right?
So I actually use local keywords. So when you're putting in your tags, I use the local keywords. I'll do like Cincinnati forestry mulching as part of my tags on YouTube videos. And
interesting.
The reason is because if somebody local is searching that on Google, and you know how it shows the video results kind of up there first, it's more likely to show my video to them. So because it's specifically for my area. So I kind of use.
Okay, so did you get that? In the tags of his YouTube videos and maybe in his description, he puts keywords related to his local area in the tags of his YouTube videos that he's now creating with borrowed equipment.
So I kind of use AdWords keywords in a sense onto my YouTube tags.
So is the hope then that someone local to your area who needs your service, they don't know it yet, they're typing around, they're clicking around, they're looking for content related to it because maybe they want to rent one themselves and do it or something, and then they see you and then they're thinking, yeah, let me just have this guy do it.
Not necessarily. So that's kind of a perk of it, is that if somebody's looking for it specifically, we're going to show up. But that's where the meta ads come in, because, I see meta ads totally different than Google AdWords. Google AdWords is somebody's looking for your service. You're bidding against other people looking for your service. Meta to me is they're not looking for my service. I'm going to knock on the door and sell this to them, essentially, right? That's the way I see meta. You're interrupting their flow, when they're scrolling through their timeline.
Very smart. Very smart. High intent is Google PPC campaigns. Someone's searching, they find you, it's high intent. They call you, do whatever the call to action is. Meta, he separates the two. Now, meta is it disrupts your timeline. You are there. This is two different things that are different between the two platforms, and this business owner uses meta, not high intent PPC.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'll make a cool video, highlight the problem. First, show that you're local. Local is the number one, because people you're not going to pay attention to it if you're not local. If they see, oh, wow, these people are local. Oh, dang, this is cool. Look at this thing in slow motion shredding this tree. And then I kind of introduce the service into that ad video. And then when people see that, I want them to say, well, I have this problem. They weren't necessarily looking for me. I just have to show them, here's a solution to a problem you probably complain about every spring when the leaves come back on the trees. Right?
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So he's using his meta ads and YouTube videos to basically complement each other. So, and he's going to talk about this more. So meta ads, they see the ad, they're interested. It's targeting people that actually need his service with this honeysuckle brush that is in his area that has no other business doing it. And he is now using his YouTube videos to basically supplement and to prove what he does, pretty much a demonstration video for his ads. And it brings him tons of business.
And so that's the way I use meta ads. And then I put the YouTube link on the ad, and then they go to our YouTube channel and they see, okay, look at all this content. Look at this job. Look at this before and after. This machine is crazy. They've never seen this before. And then I got to call them. And that's what happens. So we essentially reinforce that ad through our YouTube channel.
Reinforce the ad through the YouTube channel. Genius.
We create fans.
That's cool.
It's crazy. I would say
cool.
Almost every customer has watched our YouTube channel.
Almost every customer has watched our YouTube channel. Are you listening to this? He runs his ads and has a YouTube channel to supplement those ads to demonstrate what he does. Not only does he run an ad, but he has a YouTube channel with video to show what he actually is doing.
Some of them have watched every video, and they still do. Even the ones we've already, served.
That's amazing.
Super amazing.
I'm so glad this conversation took this direction, because I didn't know you were going to talk about YouTube or content marketing at all.
Yeah.
So, but this is awesome, because I own a tree trimming business, and that's not even on our radar.
Now it is.
Marketing.
So this winter, I'm going to be doing one for tree service.
Okay.
Not for my company. I'm gonna help out somebody else.
Yeah.
So you're going to be like kind of an agency to another local tree trimming business to help them with content?
Yeah. I only do that kind of stuff if I think it's fun and cool to do. And I think this is a big tree service company. I think he's like $6 million a year, and he's referral only. He does not advertise at all.
How long has he been around?
I want to say doing tree service for 8 to 10 years.
Okay. So I pulled up your YouTube channel. You've been doing this for a year now on YouTube?
Yeah. So we just we're about a year and a month that we've been doing this business.
Okay. And you started YouTube on day one, basically.
Started on day one. Yep. Because I knew I needed I needed the videos. I like photography. I like videography as a hobby. So I love doing it anyways. I knew people would think this is cool to watch. So I went out and took my cameras and went out and recorded the first job.
Now, I know Chris is like, I never even thought of this. And this is the mindset that most service businesses take. YouTube, what? YouTube is free. I mean, this business owner had all of his equipment and he had everything available, and his content is pretty much looks professional because he has all sorts of cameras, because he used to do this in the past for another YouTube channel. But he is actually a genius. That's all I really have to say.
I utilized a lot of that footage for the ads.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then I just kind of kept going. I just liked doing it. You know, eventually you'd have to pay someone to do it, but I just like it. So
Are you editing it yourself as well?
yeah.
Okay. So you're
I'm not
set
that
up.
good, but the thing is like it doesn't have to be that good.
It doesn't have to be that good. It doesn't have to be
It just
perfect.
has to show people something.
So are you just setting up a phone on a tripod, or two phones, or two cameras, or what does your hardware look like?
So I have like a camcorder, a 4K camcorder. I've got action cameras. I have a Sony mirrorless camera. I actually just got a pin-on camera. It was the Go 3S, the Insta360. So yeah, I have all kinds of different cameras. I used to travel the country and go to national parks, and record stuff. So
this is awesome. Are you able to attribute a specific percentage of your business to YouTube? And if so, what is?
Here it comes. This is the moment. Listen to this. The question is, how much percentage do you give YouTube? How much business comes from YouTube, pretty much is what he's asking for.
And if so, what does it kind of look like, give or take?
Directly from YouTube, or
just like
direct lead gen from YouTube is the question. What is the answer? How much of your business, what percentage of your business comes from YouTube? And this answer is going to surprise you. You probably already know because I'm highlighting this, but listen to it for yourself.
Customers that touched YouTube in some way.
I would say most. So probably around 80%.
80%. 80% of his customers come from YouTube.
Wow. It's not independent of your meta ad strategy. It complements it.
It complements it. Yep.
Okay.
The YouTube is for the ad strategy.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's
It was
so
built
interesting.
to support it.
Are your most successful meta ads video?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instagram
image
as
ads image ads aren't even worth it. I don't even run image ads. People just scroll right past it. If you don't have like the perfect picture that's going to interrupt them scrolling on their feed, then So
Boom. Video. If you don't have the perfect ad that's going to disrupt your screen, it's pretty much why are you even running an ad. This guy's genius. I love listening to this podcast.
So videos are much more interesting.
You're confining it to a geographical radius, and correct?
No. So
all right, so here we go. Here's where we go back to the keywords. So we're going to talk about geographical radius as far as his meta ads go. Listen to him explain. It's interesting.
So okay, that's an interesting thing. I think a lot of people get wrong about meta ads, and agencies get it wrong. A lot of people get this wrong. So I don't confine it necessarily by a radius. I specifically choose zip codes where they're more likely to have large property. So because I don't want to blanket an ad to people who won't buy it, because then you're spending money to people who won't buy it. And then I target, and I say, okay, well, how do I target people who own land, right? Specifically land. And so in those zip codes, I'll target people who have an interest in Tractor Supply Company or Rural King.
Oh.
And then, so I'm only bidding on people who are over the age of 35. So they have money, they likely have land, and they're within my range.
Genius. So when he's running meta ads, and he's right, most marketers get this wrong. He's putting zip codes in, and he's pretty much targeting interests which is genius.
Yeah. I said radius, I meant geofence. Like you're geofencing your ads.
Yes.
You're not trusting Facebook to show it to people in a certain geographical area. You're picking zip codes in this case.
Yeah. I don't trust Facebook's audience algorithm at all.
Nobody does.
I like to choose it, and you should pick it, because there's no sense in advertising to people who wouldn't buy your service.
Exactly. He's targeting the people who buy his service, and then he shows a video. My mind is still blown. I'm sorry. This is the Marketing Nerds. I'm nerding out on this, and I hope you are too. Anna's learning from it as well. But let's listen to more.
So do you do any paid stuff on YouTube, or is it only organic?
No, I don't do any. No, it's all organic. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like a particular cadence that you like to release YouTube videos, or is it?
No, it's more so if I'm available to do it.
Yeah.
I maybe, I used to say I'd record 1 out of every 5 jobs. Now it's maybe 1 out of every 10.
So he has so much business now from the playbook that he is running that he doesn't really have to do any more videos. I mean, they're pretty much green videos anyway, which means that they don't need to be updated. You just do one thing and you show it off. It could be at any time. And now he has so much business from this, and he's utilizing pretty much his library of videos to supplement his ads, that he doesn't have to create any anymore.
I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. Because I've stopped ads. We're booked out too far. It's hard to tell somebody on a quote like, hey, how about October?
Yeah.
It's the middle of July. So, and I also want to leave that kind of last month of heavy running open for referrals. I want people that we've done work for to be able to refer their friend, and then us to be able to put them on the schedule this year.
Okay, so back to the research. So there weren't clear search terms for this because it's an obscure service. Clearly people are searching for it. They're probably just not calling it like the official name.
Right. They have no idea what to look, how to look.
Which gave you an opportunity. So you assembled a bunch of keywords yourself. Yeah, this probably took a few hours. Then you looked at the search volume relative, few days. The search volume relative to other industries or other markets, correct?
Yep.
And this was just like screaming at you, like, start this business.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's people have this problem. If I have the problem, then other people have it too. So other people have it way worse. I've learned.
Yeah.
So,
have you ever done a home service business before, like a sweaty startup? Okay, mm-hmm. That's encouraging. All right, so let's talk timeline. 13 months ago, you hadn't booked any jobs. You didn't like pre-book stuff and then go rent a skid steer or buy a skid steer after you had jobs booked, correct?
Yep.
You bought a skid steer. How much was it? And then what did you do?
Okay, so we're going to stop the video here because he gets into a timeline and what he bought and everything else. But this is absolutely amazing on using YouTube as a supplement to your targeted advertising to demonstrate what you do. And the conversion rate is absolutely high. He said 80% of all of his customers came from YouTube. Well, I hope you learned something today, because I certainly did, and I knew it all along. If you'd like to turn your YouTube channel into a lead gen powerhouse, give us a call here at Marketing Nerds. Contact us at Marketing Nerds. Subscribe to our channel. Learn more about us, because we're going to be talking about this a lot more. Doing sales and business through YouTube, because it is a source that is very underutilized by many businesses. And I'm here to show you that you should be using it. Thanks again for watching Marketing Nerds. We'll see you next week.